Um, so I'd say that I'm learning that it's really important to, as I once heard someone say, make my diary match my vision. If I want to spend time with God, I need to carve the time out in my diary to do so, and really make sure that that's a priority. So I've been trying to do that a little bit more than perhaps I normally do, especially at the moment, just because of how tense things can sometimes be with COVID. But I think that it's really important as well, not just to kind of put a tick in the box. I've done my Bible study for the morning, right? That's me set for the day with the Lord. I think it's really important that it's not just about doing things for or with God, but actually just being. I've tried to create a little bit of a routine where I just spend some time sitting in his presence, maybe just use the Lord's Prayer as a bit of a framework to unpack what happened in the day before or what might be happening in the day ahead. I think that sometimes the things that we do at church we can take for granted, and I know I certainly do. And I think this time away from church has really helped me to reevaluate what it is to be church. That it's more than the building. I think it's really interesting that this year's Spring Harvests plan for what they were going to teach on was the Church Unleashed. And it's really interesting that right now, we were unable to go to our church buildings, we're unable to go to festivals. And I think it's really interesting because I think God is unleashing his church and helping us all to realise that church is so much more than the building we're in or the denomination that we're a part of, but that actually there's this kind of global community that we're starting to see a little bit more of perhaps online. It's all about time. I think the thing that my kids seem to want the most from me at the moment isn't can you do this or can you do that, but it's will you watch me do this, look at what I've done, can we do this together, can we do that together? And I'm noticing it so much more because I'm at home with them all the time, and I think that extends outwards. I think where our time is so precious, and the fragility of life has never been more apparent than perhaps it has now. Just giving time to people, perhaps learning to listen more, learning to pray together more, learning to just do the little things. It's the small things. It's the card that someone pops through your door when you've spoken to them and they know you've had a hard day, or the Facebook message that said, hey, I'm thinking about you, I know you got this happening tomorrow, just praying for you about it. It really seems to be kind of galvanizing us as a church and bringing us together with the kind of small bite-sized blessings. Normally, I'd say I really like to relax by doing anything that takes my mind off the next 6 months. I love mountain biking because I'm thinking about the next 5 or 6 turns. I love mountain climbing because I'm thinking about the next 5 or 6 steps. Anything that just helps kind of clear the fuzz and just help me press reset, really. And whilst I can't do those things at the moment, I'm really finding, I guess, a lot of peace in music. I love playing my guitar. I love writing songs. Learning to play the piano a little bit, so perhaps just trying something a little bit different or something new has been really helpful to me at the moment.